What's good, everybody? It is Thursday, April 14th, 2022. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We call it the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it's not even close. A tip of the cap this morning to all of you who think Twitter is real life. It is not. Go get a job. Let's go. Let's get busy. Let's go. Now, before we look forward, we must look back. Last night, not our best day, but from SportsLine, we cashed both the White Sox and that Hawks under. That was quite the sweat at the end of that game, my goodness. But as always, to save us, the AB3 coming through again, plus 287. Then from our live stream last night, I tried to tell you, won a little showdown with the man from Nashville, Tennessee, Trey Young. Had a good game, but did not go over 30 last night. But we had a lot of fun. A lot of leans hit as well. It's just a fun space to get information and use it for your own personal betting. Now, let's bring in the stars of the show today. And I've got quite the array. First and foremost, we call her Allie. Allie, good morning.
Good morning. Happy to have baseball back as an option.
Oh, my gosh, we are too. You're all over hockey, and now we've got baseball for you too. Just a smorgasbord for the Ice Queen. Oh, he is a baseball aficionado, off to a fantastic start at SportsLine. Johnny B. John Bollman, good morning.
Morning, Coach. Yeah, excited for some day baseball and going to get into why Wednesdays and Thursdays are my favorite days of the week later. So
I can't wait for that storyline, but you said the magic words for our final genius. He loves day baseball more than anything. M Squared, good morning, sir.
Good morning. You're right. Day baseball is a beautiful thing. It's great to have it back in our lives. Like Allie said, just day after day after day, beautiful slates. That's my favorite sport for a reason. They never let us down with that ugly 2-game day. Never happens in Major League Baseball.
I love it. I love it as well. All right, let's get into it. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And we had two very good days on Early Edge Live. The play-in games are done, and now Friday they play for the right to get into the playoffs, the final two teams. But what did we get out of it? Mikey, start us off.
Yeah, I want to talk about the line movement that we've seen already in the final two play-in games. The Cleveland Cavaliers opened as 1-point favorites over the Atlanta Hawks. That this morning, as we wake up, Atlanta is -3. We've seen 4 points of line movement in that spot. Very similar in the Pelicans and Clippers game. The Clippers opened -5. We're seeing that down to 3.5. I think that closes at 3 or 2.5. Not terribly surprising to see bettors wanting to back the two teams that just won their games and are in this situation here. So I want to hit on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I was hoping we weren't going to see it all the way up to 3 this morning already. It's still a friendly number if you can find the 2.5s out there on Atlanta. This Cleveland team is trending the wrong direction and quickly. I think that they could close here as +4 or +5 dogs. I think this line's going to keep moving for the next few days or next few hours.
And this man knows last night we hit that great parlay on the money line. Sometimes you got to take the points out of it. Listen to my man Mikey every single day. Now, next storyline. Major League Baseball, it's back. And for that reason, Allie will be on more. But Allie, you're focused on something that we all know I hate, but I also am very, very smart and understand that we have to catch those when they come to us. What am I talking about?
Yes, unders. Baseball unders, so they're 49 and 32, and that's about 60% so far on the season. But then it's kind of interesting when you look at that in terms of like an away home or away dog run line, that +1.5. So those are actually hitting at 37 and 16, and I think that's like 68%. So just those low scoring games kind of allow you to have those run line options with a little more value versus taking the money lines and all that. But when you know it's going to be low scoring, the chances of it being a 1-run game are just significantly higher anyways.
That's such a great point. I will say this, that I used this philosophy last night, and it would have paid. Baltimore Orioles. They were down 2-0 in the 8th. They scored again, extra innings. They lose by 2. But to your point, Allie, it was the right play. Just a little bad luck going to extra innings. Love that storyline. Thank you. Now, Johnny B, you said in our hello that Wednesdays and Thursdays are special for some reason. Why?
Yeah, coach. Wednesdays and Thursdays are my favorite days in MLB because they're underdog days. They're the end of the series. Lots of key players get days off. So it's important to check the lineups and play underdogs. Keep your risk low. Underdogs only went 7-5 yesterday. I say only, but they went 7-5 yesterday. But 3 of those 5 favorite wins were essentially pick'ems. The Blue Jays won at plus 145, the Athletics at plus 160, the Nats at plus 200, all won. So there aren't too many games today where the odds are that high, but you got to keep your risk low on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
All right. It always is interesting to see how certain teams take the getaway day or take that particular game or the afternoon game. It really, really is something that we need to track and stay on top of, and that's why I'm glad we have you. All right, now let's get into our board for the day. We got 2 big plays from SportsLine. If you're not a SportsLine member yet, what are you doing? We are growing in leaps and bounds, and we want you to be a part of it. One very, very low price per month, and you get all my cappers, all 3 of these beautiful faces you get in addition to the simulations, in addition to all of the analysis from all our different sports and all of our cappers. So you guys love Buckets. He's a fan favorite. So our first play today is from our guy, Buckets. We're going to go Lion and West Ham, both teams to score minus 130 right in our sweet spot. Now, let me read what Bucket says. He says, victory is critical for both sides. We cannot ignore the upcoming schedule for both teams outside of Europa. They both need it today. They're both going to press forward. We'll take them both teams to score. Then, oh, look who we have making an appearance on the show. The Lady Killer, Maddie Severance. We're going to go Calgary Flames minus 160 right in his sweet spot. So, Calgary, they have won 5 straight. They're closing in on the Pacific Division. In Vegas, 2-8 in their last 10 as an underdog. Those 2 things, put them together, we'll take Calgary minus the 160. Now, sometimes when you have a Thursday and you need to get the energy up, you need to get back in a positive space. This is supposed to be fun, ladies and gentlemen. So it's always fun when I get to do this. Let's start with my cappers. M squared, you know the drill, son. Give it to me.
All right. No day baseball for me today, but we're heading to Coors Field. Start to attack one of my favorite real weather situations of the year. If you guys have watched in the past, we've talked about this quite a bit. The visual memory index. This is a spot that is brutal for the Chicago Cubs coming from Pittsburgh. It is a massive change. And what I mean by that, basically think about how they see the ball and how it moves. When you get to altitude, like a 4-seam fastball here for the Cubs, based on what they've normally been seeing, is going to move 3 inches vertically less and 5 inches horizontally less from like starting pitchers. And then at the plate, it's going to move about 3 inches less as well. It's going to be difficult for them to pick up and see the baseball at least the first trip through the order. So we're taking the Colorado Rockies in the first 5 innings on the run line, minus a half a run, plus 110. I want to caution against full game run lines with home teams. We only take home teams on the run line in the first 5 innings where they are guaranteed that opportunity to bat in the bottom half of the inning. But I love it at minus a half a run, plus 110 for a Colorado Rockies lineup that is significantly better against left-handed pitching this season with the additions that they've made.
Oh, my goodness. Educate, entertain. We say it all the time. 8:40 p.m. start for that game. I love that play. You know what also I love? I love the fact that we have grown so much that we now need to take a little bit of a break, just to pause, to refocus within the show. We'll do that right here, right now. And we are back. See what we did right there? Just a little pause. All of our listeners on Apple and Spotify, thank you so much for listening. We do not ignore you just because we love the YouTube show. We love all of you. Now, I've made her wait long enough. Allie, you said, in your words, thank goodness baseball is back. I agree. What do you have for us today?
Okay, so today I'm going to go with the Angels on the money line at minus 145. You have Ohtani pitching, and he had a 1.93 ERA last season. And then you have Dane Dunning for the Rangers. He had a 4.51. He did make a start already this season, and it was to the Jays, and he gave up 3 earned runs in 5 innings. And then the Angels are 4-0, and Ohtani starts actually against the Rangers. And so far this season, the Angels are 3-3, and the Rangers are 1-4. So I really think with Ohtani pitching today, the Angels look at the win.
All right, I love that a lot. In the chat, Kyle says, I'm lost. M squared is too smart for me. Kyle, we think that all the time. What do we tell you? Just play the plays he gives you. That's all you got to do. It's all about educating yourself, and that's why we are here, to make you smarter. That's our only job, So Mikey absolutely does that on a daily basis. All right, so we've got the Angels. We've got the Rockies on the first 5, courtesy of Allie and M squared. But, Johnny, you know what just happened. I'm going to get to you in a second. But first, we got to cash with Coach. My play today, little tournament pick. You can still get it in. Colin Morikawa, minus 120 at the RBC Heritage. You can watch these two today on PGA Tour Live over, this hurts my heart, Cam Smith. You know I love him. I had him last week at the Masters. But Morikawa, if you would have bet $100 on Colin Morikawa, on every tournament that he's played in since he began his career, blindly, just put $100 on it, you'd be up over $11,000 right now. Every tournament, $100, you'd be up over $11,000. Now, Johnny, back to you, big boy, because we're getting some really good suggestions in the chat, and maybe Bollman's best bet is where we land. I don't know. I like the sound of it, but you are in the maestro spot. So what do you got, big boy, for us today?
Yeah, Coach, Larry spot. So we got to pull through. Cardinals plus 130 in the money line against the Brewers. My play today. The Brewers traveled last night from after the Orioles game back to Milwaukee for their home opener, and it's a 4:15 local time game today. Not only do they have that quick turnaround, but they also have the pregame opening day festivities to get through. The Cardinals had yesterday off, so all their top bullpen arms were able to rest, while the Brewers had Devin Williams, Brad Boxberger, and Josh Hader. Their 3 top bullpen arms all pitch each of the last 2 nights. Brandon Woodruff, their starter, struggled in his first start, allowing 7 earned runs in 3 2/3 against the Cubs, while Adam Wainwright for the Cardinals pitched 6 scoreless in his first start. The Cardinals were actually 11-8 overall against the Brewers last season and 7-3 in Milwaukee. So I think the wrong team is favored today. I like the Cardinals.
I like him too at plus money. By the way, you mentioned Hader. I think I met all of his friends last night on Twitter when I suggested that a UFC champ act like a UFC champ. All of Hader's friends came out to meet me last night on Twitter. Extra bases with Johnny. Bollman's best bet. I don't know. A lot of good suggestions. We have not settled on one yet, but we will get there. All right. I believe. Oh, wait a second. Did I mention that soccer is back today? So grab your paper, grab your pencils. We have one thing left to get to because you guys have not seen. Look at that Europa gym down there. That's where I'm going to start. Jeweler, show your face. What do you got for us today? Are we going against the Angels? Are playing the Rangers today? Are we going against Allie today?
No, not at all, Coach. This is a little Europa League gym action. You can stream it all on Paramount Plus because I'm a company man and I need that paycheck. We're going to take the Rangers in regulation. This is the Scottish Rangers. They are taking on Braga, I think that's the name of the team, at home. They are trailing 1-0 on aggregate now, but we like the Rangers to get it done in regulation today. We also are going to back Barcelona, who is another home side, taking on Frankfurt. Frankfurt is missing a key center back. Guy's name is Tuta. I hope I'm getting the pronunciation right. The pronunciation police are in the live chat.
They are in the chat, no doubt about it.
And they caught you on Lyon. They got you on Lyon versus West Ham. Both teams to score yes, which is the final leg of the gym today because we're trailing buckets. Martin W. Green, he likes Barcelona in this match. And then our other guy, Roger Gonzalez, who writes for CBSSports.com. I think he is also on Barcelona. So, I think if there's a weak leg here, it might be Rangers, but not the NHL Rangers, not the Texas Rangers. These are the Glasgow Giants. So plus 361 is what that gets you.
Chad in the chat said Martin Green is rolling over right now. And that's probably the case. I hate when the pronunciation police get me. And certainly I got caught right there, Leon. What was I thinking? All right. Well, here is the rest of our glorious recap today. M squared's on the Rockies first 5. Minus that half a run, bringing it to plus 110. Love that play. Allie's on the Angels. Little show, Toddy. Let's go. Minus 145. Then Johnny B. Cardinals plus 130. He says the wrong team is favored today. Then my one play from Cash with the Coach. Tournament play. Morikawa over Cam Smith minus 120 at the RBC Heritage. And then 2 plays from SportsLine. We were 2-0 from SportsLine yesterday. We're going to go Lyon, West Ham, both teams to score. That's courtesy of Buckets. And then from Matty Severance, Calgary Flames minus 160. And then you heard the entire explanation for our Europa Gym today, a tasty plus 361. All right, we're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We grind for you, and we're building so fast. Sometimes it seems like we can't control it, but I know at the end of every show, there is a moment that we all can enjoy. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, I love them all. Johnny B, Allie Bamman, of course, M Squared, and the jeweler puts it all together here at the brand. I am the coach. Again, every single day, turn on those notifications. Don't miss a single second of our content right here on the Early Edge. Good luck.